Okay, hello YouTube. So there is a reason why my channel is called Rocky Rookie House, because it's sitting on a bedrock. It's rocky, it's very rocky, and then it's also been built by a rookie. So my rookiness, like I said, I was reading on internet about every house requiring a drainage inside on first floor or basement. In case the house floods, it drains into the system. And I didn't like to have a drainage because I read on internet you can avoid it if you, let's say you have a hot tank, and hot tank, if you put a pan underneath it, if water flows, it collects it there. In my case, I'm not in the basement. If this house drains, everything goes out through the door. So I didn't see the reason why. But these guys, they go by the code. So entire building code, every house needs a drain, like a house drain in case the house floods, and it has to tie into the sewage system. One of the main reasons I did not like is when a P-trap, essentially you have to have a P-trap to avoid the smell that comes out from the septic tank to go into your house, and the only P-trap that stops that. And so in this case, I have a P-trap here. I think I'm planning to put it somewhere here. So I failed my inspection today. So he came, I failed my inspection. The only reason I failed is because of that. That's the only reason. Everything is good. So I didn't want it because water collects into the P-trap, because it's never been used. It's not a toilet or anything like that. So what happens eventually over time, it evaporates. So for that reason, I didn't like it. But then he said there's a solution. There's a specific product made for that, so that it covers it. There's a cap or something covers it in case, to avoid water evaporation from the P-trap. So I had to. So I didn't like it because I didn't think I needed it, because everything is on grade, like everything slab on grade. If this house never flood, so I have to reinstall that. Sucks. But another thing is that yesterday I didn't mention it to the building inspector. If he catches this, I don't know. But yesterday I forgot to install. As you can see, I don't know if you can see, but let's see if I'm gonna lower it a little bit. I'm trying to talk to the camera, so you can see here. Over here was supposed to be a drain for the kitchen sink, the two kitchen sinks, upstairs and downstairs. I forgot to connect that, but it's not gonna be difficult. So what I'm gonna do is tomorrow, when I put the drain, I'm also gonna tie this to that over there. So you can see over there that I'm gonna tie it. It's not gonna be a problem. It's not gonna be difficult. So I'm gonna tie it, plug it in. If they come and see and they say, "Oh, it wasn't there yesterday," and stuff like that. So inspector is here. Hold on a second, inspector is here. Okay, the building inspector just came back to double check things, and just as I was talking about that kitchen, maybe I think round or something, I don't know. But just I was talking about that kitchen drain, that I forgot to do that, and I'm gonna do it later. But so he came back. Everything's gonna be. I'm gonna test it. This is for my own benefit. I'm not gonna just leave it there. I just don't want. I trust myself. So more than them, I want to make sure everything works right. So he came back, and then I ended up talking to him, and he gave me an excellent idea. He said, put the trap, the P-trap for the house drain, right beside where the sink, the laundry room sink is going to be. He just gave me that idea right now. I'm just sharing with you guys where that's going to be. And by placing it there, if I have a laundry drain, right, like there's going to be a wash basin here. So I'm going to turn the camera around. So see what the gray water line is right there. Okay, right there is going to be a bath, a laundry tub, and I can put the house drain right beside that. That way, it would. What's gonna happen is that I could use it for when my laundry machine drains. It drains into that, so that I don't have to worry about special things, because it will ensure that that P-trap is being used and it's always full and it's never gonna evaporate, and the house will never gonna stink, right? So here we go. Thank you so much. So I think I shared enough. I don't know if there is a lot of good YouTube videos on house drain. So obviously I said I'm gonna make mistakes, right? But thank God for inspectors. They're gonna come check my mistakes, and my mistakes are always correctable. I correct my mistake and I move on. So this is one mistake. It's not really a mistake. It's one mistake. I'll fix it. I'll move on. Okay? So that's it. And then that's another one that I forgot over there. And I'll put that in there too. Easy. Thank you. Bye. Okay. So I always go, my eyes, the sun shines on me. That's why I try. Maybe I need a sunglass. I have in the car, I gotta put it on. So when you're cutting ABC, I learned that if you use a blade that is a bigger blade, it would start to go, it will go fast, and it tries to cut a bunch of plastic at once, and it will melt the plastic and it looks really ugly. So what you need is a fine blade like this, 1/8 it's called on the thing, 1/8. I had to go Home Depot. I screwed up a couple of times and I had to go, I messed up I should say, and I had to go to Home Depot and purchase this one, and this one did a clean cut for me. There was another tool that I purchased. It's from it's a cutting tool from I think Rigid company, same company as this tool. It sucks. I don't think that thing's gonna last. It's gonna be too long in the market, because you know, you put it, it's like a clamp, you put it on and you try to cut it, it needs a lot of force. And another thing also is you really need to clean the dirt, otherwise when you dry fit it, it gets stuck. So I have a rag and back and clean it with water, lubricate it and clean it a little bit, and clean off all this, and it should be straightforward. So I have, what is it, and this one I just did right there. So okay, thank you. Okay, so I was successfully able to install the drainage for the kitchen, and I checked all. It's very important to use this small one, not the long one. Use small label. It's much better than using the long one, I find it, to check label, because a big one may give you a wrong accuracy. If it's big, it won't be touching everywhere, right? Because one end could be touching, the other end could be like this. It could be going back like forth like that. But the small one, everything goes flat. Okay, so I checked everywhere. The inspector came, checked it. It's all good. I put P-trap in there too, because there is a vent, a big vent, no, maybe maximum maybe 2.5 feet if I were to guess. I don't need a vent over there, because that can act as a vent. So I put the P-trap. It looks like this one here, things do not go the way I planned. I may have to cut it and probably redo it a little bit, but that doesn't take me too long. So after the inspection, I will make this one a little bit better. The slope is high. I don't know how, so I have to go, about 1 inch down, so I gotta fix that. So I'll fix it later. It's fun. So yeah, so I'm gonna do a pressure test again. I'll get a pressure test, inspection, fix it. After inspection, I'll fix that. Now a friend is coming to help me level the floor 2 days from now. But now I have to go around, make sure everything is braced. I put some lumber on the ground. I brace all the walls. My engineer, he's my structural engineer that usually deals with the city for me. He's also he told me that he's also building a house with ICF, and he had a blowout. So bracing is the key. So I'm going to be bracing everywhere. A couple of days more. So I extended my pour for about a week. All right. But other than that, I'm so happy where it's progressing so far. So meet the next video. Okay, bye.